Hey guys, thank you now. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Well, they just got $32,000 out of me. Had a little bit of a bad luck. Was taking a load of timber down to the sawmill. The old Suburban started clinking and clanking there in the engine bay. So I eased her down to the sawmill, shut her off, and after getting unloaded, tried to fire it up. And nothing happened. Wouldn't even turn over. So the guys at the sawmill helped me push the truck down the road just a little ways to the garage there in town. And they have it in the bay, trying to look it over and see what's going on. They were concerned that the engine is shot, and as far as getting parts and repair down here, it would take quite some time. So I couldn't really wait on the truck to get repaired. So I called down here to the dealership, and they actually had one of their fleet vehicles that they were ready to move out of service. So they offered it to me. It's around $3,500. Has a gooseneck hitch, brush guards, everything really set up for the forestry work here in the region. So that was about the only thing I could find. So I went ahead and agreed to purchase it. It is quite an upgrade from what I had. Even though it's used, I think it's going to make for a pretty decent truck. It does need a little bit of repair, but I can work on that as we go. Just needed something to get me around and to continue my work here. So the trailer is actually still up at the sawmill. I had to leave it there as the Suburban was broke down, and bummed a ride there to the property after all of that happened. And I had some time before I heard back here from the dealership. So I went ahead and used the JCB and got some more trees down, cut up and stacked, and I went ahead and got some more of the stumps ground out. So I actually got quite a bit of timber laying on the ground that I do need to load up. But the other bad news is that the manager of the dockyard got in contact with me, said that they need the JCB back. They have a job starting up tomorrow, so they need to get it back so that they can haul it off to the job site tomorrow. So I have the rest of today to use it and get what I can done with it. So it is around 11 a.m. right now, so I have about a half a day to get some work done. So I'm going to go ahead and head on down, pick up the trailer. But before I do, I'm going to stop in at the shop and see what's going on with the old Suburban, and see if they have a prognosis yet. Well, Roy here at the shop said that they have checked it over, and they do know what's wrong with it. There's actually a rod sticking out of the crankcase, so it is not good. Not good at all. So they're going to get it down here off the lift and roll it out back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. They may have somebody interested in purchasing it, but I don't know. We're going to have to see. So I'm going to leave it there. We'll check back in later. Let's hop back in the truck here. We'll head on down here to the sawmill, grab the trailer, and head back to the property. We'll go ahead and try to get some of the lumber loaded up and get some trips made today. Really need to get some more of that wood sold. Yeah, this truck is quite peppy. It has looks like aftermarket exhaust on it, and I guess they have done some retuning on it. It pulls really good. So I'm actually quite pleased with this purchase. This is going to make towing quite a bit easier. It has no problem accelerating with the trailer. I'm interested to see what it does when it has a load on it. Alright, we got this one last log I'm going to try to get on the trailer there. These are a little bit long. I cut them a little bit long. I didn't have the trailer here to measure things out. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get this down. This is quite a load. This is going to put the 3500 to the test right out of the gate. If I can get that log to stay up there, I think it's going to do it. Alright, let me get this skid steer shut off here. Pop out and let's throw some straps on here. Get this strapped in really good. That's a load. That is a load right there. Alright, let's see how the ram's going to handle it. I may could have got one more there on the top, but we'll save that for the next trip. So you see here along the driveway, it is quite a bit more open. Got a little bit of wear going here on this entrance where we're coming in and out. I actually took down 2 trees here on the entrance and I opened it up a little bit. Really got to do something with this hump here. It is very bumpy. So far, the Ram is handling this load rather nicely, and while it's accelerating up this hill, the Suburban would barely pull a much smaller load up the hill, but this Ram is doing the job with ease. So that is a pleasant surprise there. So this is working out really good. Whoa boy, got a little squirrely there. Got a little squirrely, but I saved it. I want to slow down a little bit. It's a lot of weight. Oh, don't want to hit the deer. Oh, and this thing has a horn on it too. Oh, getting squirrely again. I'm playing with a horn. Not focusing on a towing. Alright, so we're going to swing in here to the sawmill. Let's get this sold and head on back down to the property. Well, alright, I made quite a few trips down to the sawmill, and I got a nice little flow of money coming in. But the shop has the old Suburban pushed out of here. They could not repair it. So I'm going to actually load it up here on the trailer, take it back over to the property there, and hang on to it, see if we can maybe find somebody to buy it from us. I'm not sure what I could get out of it with a blown engine. So anyhow, so let me get the come along set up here, and we'll pull it up on the trailer and get it back down to the property. Well, we got the Suburban here on the trailer, headed back down to the property, and I don't have much time left before I need to get that JCB back down to the shop there. So we need to get this down here, get it unloaded, and then load up the JCB and take it on down as well. I think what I'll do is I'll just hook a rope to a tree and just pull it off the back here of the trailer. I don't think I can get it back up to where the shed is. There's too many trees and haven't been able to clear any of that. You see here we're starting to wear the ground down a bit. Me turning around and heading back here. Let's see, we'll head up that way to get to the shed, but like I said, with the Suburban up on top of the trailer there, we're just going to leave it back down here. I'll find a tree here that I can hook up to. I'm going to back up to it, get the trailer unfolded, and drag this sucker off. Got the Suburban off, so I'm getting this JCB loaded up here, but let me tell you what happened earlier today. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'd taken a load of logs up to the sawmill, and I had gone inside while they were unloading it, talked to the sawmill manager, and come back out. Trailer was unloaded, so I asked the guy for my receipt, and he couldn't find it. Went back in, talked to the sawmill manager, and they actually didn't know what had happened, and they could not tally up what I had brought in. I had not paid much of attention to it either, so I didn't know what I had brought in as far as the logs. So they didn't really have any way to pay me. So I was pretty hot with the guy. I had a fairly decent load on the trailer, and I demanded something, some kind of compensation. He said that he couldn't pay me any cash because of they didn't have it marked and receipt and everything. So with their bookkeeping and the illegal stuff they have to go through to keep track of everything, they could not give me any cash. So he offered to let me borrow some equipment. So they actually have a tree cutter, big timber forestry machine, and he's going to bring it down and let me use it for a couple days. Figure that was fair. This is this machine cost about $500,000, so it's a really big machine. I think I'm getting the better end of the deal here, and the nice thing about it is I'll be able to get a lot of timber laid down on the ground. It'll delimit, so it should increase my output of production here exponentially. So I'm going to get that brought down in the next day or two. But now that I'm having to take this trailer back and the skid steer, I'm back down to either the little trailer or I'm going to have to do something. Maybe purchase something. I got a decent amount of money right now, so we might be able to make a purchase. I have to check with the shop and see what they have. I don't know what they have here in stock. Like I mentioned before, we're out here way out in the wilderness, so they don't have a good supply of equipment just on hand. So they have a pretty good amount of forestry stuff here, but not a whole lot of anything else. So we'll check with them, see what they have. But I want to go ahead and get this down here and unload it. And I'll run in and make sure everything's okay before I head on back to the house. Well, not the house, the tent. Alright, they are bringing down the tree cutter right now. Just got a text message from the driver. He's heading down now. It's funny, the cellular service here is awful, but I can still get text messages in, so at least I do have a form of communication, so that works out pretty good. But I'm going to drive the little gator down here and meet him here at the end of the driveway. Based on the condition of the driveway, I am going to guess he cannot pull in here. So I am going to just park over here and let him pull up here, and then we'll get it unloaded and pull it in. This has got to be a priority. I need to do something with this. I just don't want to do it with a shovel. I need some equipment in here. We'll get that in here soon enough. My understanding is they keep this rig down at the shop there. Guess they do that so that they can get maintenance done on it. And they have a pretty big yard, so wow, that is an impressive rig. Alright, well, let's get this guy unloaded here before we block traffic. Although I've never seen another vehicle out here. Alright, let's get unloaded. Alright, this is my first time operating this thing here. Hopefully it all goes well. Like I said before, this is not going to cost me anything, since the sawmill had a snafu there with my timber sale there. I'm not sure if I'll take much more down there. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way there, so may have to see if we can take some timber loads down to some of the other locations in the area. The only problem, they are farther away, so that will take a little bit longer to get down to them, so we'll need to make sure we're hauling a substantial load. Let me get this thing, let me piddle around with the controls here, see if I can figure this thing out and see what it'll do. Alright, I think I got the controls somewhat squared away, so we're going to give this a shot here. See if I don't mess something up. Right, I had some difficulty with that tree there, but I was a little bit off on the controls. So let's get over here and try out this next one. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is making a huge mess here with all of these trees laid about. So I'm going to try to do my best to lay them down as neatly as possible. I can't keep them in a stack best I can. Problem is, they fall down between those other trees, and I have no choice but to cut them because they won't come out of the trees there. A little bit frustrating there. May be better once I get this opened up a little bit. Well, it does make short work of it, but I'm going to have a whole lot more work to pick all these trees up. It'll be able to cut this big tree here. Looks like it is. Alright, well, I'm going to continue on with this, try to get a lot of these trees laid down. Make an absolute mess about this. But I do have this for the day, actually 2 days. So hopefully I can get all of the tree cutting done. So we'll see. Well, I've got the home site cleared off, and down here working on some of these trees down along the driveway. I want to get those moved out and straighten up the driveway a bit. I've actually just got a text from Mr. Bill, and he was wondering how things were going. Said he's ready to get the guys in here to start on the house, which was a shocker. I had no idea he was looking to move that quick on getting the house built. So I explained where we were at best I could over text, and I think it's going to have some guys in 2 days, start working on framing up the house. So I have got to get some of these trees up out of the way so that those guys can get in here and start doing their work. Also got to get that driveway smoothed out so they can get those trucks in and out of here. So I have got a busy day. But this machine made very short work of what I needed to be done here. So I think the driveway along through here is pretty good. Those 2 trees I took out just to help around the curve there. We've got these overhanging limbs here. I hope they are able to get in and out of here. I may take a couple more of these trees out just to open it up a bit so they're not scraping the trucks and stuff as they bring it in. But you see down here where the home site is going to be, I've got a mess. Trees down everywhere. Stumps everywhere. I have got to scramble. This is where they're going to be building the house up here. So I've got to at least clear this out just as fast as I can so they can get in here and start working. What a view. What a view. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it if you consider going ahead and subscribing to the channel, clicking that bell for future notifications. I hope each of you have a blessed day. I thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.